Hey, what's up, fellas? It's almost 8 o'clock. It's a few hours later than before. I'm checking out the pool. Every once in a while, I have to go in there and knock the spiders down. But anyways, don't have to really do anything. Look them over, and this is the side of the house I hide from everybody because it's got where the garbage cans are and where I kind of store things. But um, I do I have a set of guys, younger men than me. I'm 56. I'm just trying to get out of the sun. And what I do is I talk to them, and they have my cell phone here. The sun's already up, so that's over there. What I do is I talk to them, and I do what I can to help them. And one of the questions I keep running into, especially with younger guys, teenage guys, um, and I'm talking when I help them, I'm not talking like I'm some oracle of justice or understanding or compassion or any of those things. No, I'm just an average guy living a average life. But the question that keeps coming up is why aren't I as successful? Damn it, I little short people. It's wild when you. Anyways, no. Why aren't I as successful as I think I should be? And I would say 90% of that is due to the work. Um, and there's two parts of this doing the work. You can work very hard all your life and not get anywhere. You can grind yourself to the bone to try to protect and provide for your family or protect and provide for yourself. And you never get where you're supposed to be. You're always frustrated by things. And the other guys are, and I'm gonna not drag this out. You have to have a fucking plan. You have to have a series of fucking plans. And then the other thing is, do not be surprised when you become successful. That blows my mind when guys come back and they're like, "Well, it worked." Yes, it's supposed to work. You're supposed to be successful if you put in the work and you have a plan. If you don't have a plan, you're just out there fucking wandering around. So, again, the three plans are I have a dreamer phase in my life between the time I become a teenager to the time I'm 25. That's where I dare to be great. I'm going to be the best guitar player. I'm going to be the best soccer player. I'm going to be the best gamer on planet Earth. I'm going to be the best something. And if not, I'm going to die trying. I mean it figuratively. I don't mean that you should die if you don't get that. But once I hit 25, I have to move on to my second plan because I have to have a career or the third phase of my life, my third plan, and these can also be called phases of your life. The second phase of my life is my career phase. Now, this is a massive decision, and it's a lot of times where parents getting away and screw with kids and mess with them. Um, but sometimes those of you that are a bit older and a little bit more successful, and I'm not super successful, but I got out at a reasonable. Anyway, let me. I'm listening. I'm not. All right. You have your dreamer phase from your teens to 25. From 25 till the day you decide to retire or are forced to retire, you have to have a career. And you can't have a dead end career. Um, you can't have a job and consider it a career when it's not. There is a massive difference between a job and a career. And I'm not going to list them or do any of those other kind of stuff, but and then the first two phases of your life will determine whether the last phase or plan for your life will work out. And part of that plan is what we call the third phase. Third plan is your retirement phase. And these are things where you have to come to grips with reality of the first two phases of your life. At some point in time, people aren't going to hire you anymore. They're not looking for a 56-year-old guy with bad knees, bad back, bad hips, fucked up. Hey, anyways. And I'm a kind of weird combat veteran. So, anyways, doesn't matter. Let's move on. You have to make sure that you have enough to provide for yourself for the rest of your life. And that includes medical care. And the other thing that it has to include is inflation. Now, I used to go by the 4% mode. And this year's eaten into my savings. And it probably eaten into all of your savings. All right. I don't want to get too far off in the weeds. So, you as a young man need to have at a minimum to make it through life 3 plans. Your first phase or your first plan should be your dreamer phase, where you dare to be great. The second phase, your second plan, is your career, and you have to know the difference between a job and a fucking career. The third phase is where you have to face reality. Am I going to be able to retire? Do I have enough money to retire? What the fuck am I going to do? Or am I going to, yeah, my plan's worked out. I saved enough money. I'm going to be able to enjoy a reasonable average man's life and not need anything from anybody. God forbid a nuclear war or some shit like's going on in Ukraine. The difference is you have to have plans. You can work yourself to death, and if you don't have a plan and you don't know why you're doing something or which way you're going, and you don't sit down and give yourself benchmarks and the rest of that stuff, you're just pissing away your life. Now, it is what it is. This is probably the quickest I've ever done this. The 3 phases of life, or why you have to have a plan, why you have to have several plans. Life for men is extremely difficult. So you should plan to be successful. And for God's sakes, don't be surprised when you're. That's the funniest thing. I don't take gifts. I don't take box seats. I don't take anything from these guys when they come back and they're like, "Hey, that fucking worked out." It's not. Look, life is not fucking rocket science, man. Some of the smartest people I have ever met, most intelligent, thoughtful, thought-provoking, honest people didn't have a degree, didn't sit in a college classroom and get indoctrinated. So you guys stay safe and let me try that again. And I'm going to use my radio voice. Stay safe and healthy. Take care of each other if you can. If you can't, take care of yourself. Like a fart in a G-string. From West Texas, El Paso. I'm out of here. Bye-bye.